car. We know Apple is all over this industry and is going around trying to cut deals to put Siri in the vehicle. We're going to talk to our cars just as we talk to our iPhones. We're probably going to have augmented reality screens in the windscreen in front of us. Any skiers, snowboarders in the room? We've got these Burton and Oakley goggles. And you've got kids coming down the hill. They've got augmented reality. They can see the ski hill in their visor. They're getting Facebook messages. They're getting tweets from their friends. They're getting text messages. They're getting instant information on how fast they've skied, you know, the routes they're going. They can press a button and do a proximity location to see where their friends are on the mountain. They're getting this constant flood of data into their goggles. If you're skiing or boarding, you want to be behind this person because they're not really paying attention to what they're doing. That same type of technology is likely to come into our cars and our vehicles before we know it, because there is an absolute acceleration of augmented reality technology. We're probably going to have glasses, 3D dashboards, which are going to feed us information. We're going to have interactive in-car billboards. I was speaking at a real estate conference and I said, you know, it's not far-fetched that in just a few years, I'm going to be driving around a neighborhood. And I'm going to talk to my car and I'm going to say, in this neighborhood, I'd like to find 5 houses that have 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a pool. And Siri's going to respond, I found 5, Jim. And I'm going to say, take me there. And the car's autonomous vehicle technology is going to auto-steer me to these locations where I can view the homes. And it's going to be feeding me information in the screen in the car with respect to each particular property. And when I'm done, I'm going to go to a drive-thru. And not only has my cell phone become a credit card with Apple Pay, but my car will have become a credit card, because we know that Verizon and T-Mobile and all these companies are working hard to put SIM cards inside our vehicles. And so I'm going to drive through the drive-thru, and it's going to automatically do the transaction to pay for my lunch. This isn't science fiction. This is all coming at us with absolutely staggering speed. We are in the midst of an absolutely transformative time. If we took any vehicle from the last 100 years, they all share the same characteristics. They're powered by oil, somebody drives them, they're controlled mechanically, they're driven by a person, and they operate somewhat independently. This is all changing. And you know, we're going to sit back 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now and go, wow, that was a transformative change. Did we really appreciate it? And did we have the speed and the agility and the flexibility and the capability to respond to the reality, the speed with which this change is occurring? A lot of it is being driven by what I call hyperconnectivity. We're all talking about the Internet of Things. We all know what is going on. We all know that every device that is a part of our daily life is going to have an address in the Internet. We're going to be aware of its status, and we're going to be aware of its location. And the location intelligence professional is going to be able to write fascinating applications which will further change our world. You know, but this could get a little weird. You know, it was fascinating listening to the fellow from Ford talking about risk. And I was speaking at a healthcare conference a couple of weeks ago about the Internet of Things. I said, look, this could get out of hand. You know, maybe one morning I'll get up, I'll get on my weigh scale, it's going to send an email to my fridge, you know, don't let Jim in today. And then it's going to contact my insurance company because I'm not living up to the wellness contract. Right? We have to manage this stuff. But look at home, I've got the Wiley's Wi-Fi body scale.
Me too.
You know, a typical bathroom scale, you know, is not connected, unintelligent. This thing is connected via Wi-Fi. I get up in the morning, takes my BMI, takes my body fat mass, takes my weight, transmits it via Wi-Fi to a password-protected website that I can access on my phone, and it puts up all these cool graphs and charts which keep me motivated on the right path. We know that Nest, you know, in selling out to Google for $3.2 billion, has taken a simple little $49 device and turned it into something intelligent. You know, they're actually talking, the next generation of this product are going to have a digital camera behind the letter E. And when you walk in the room, it will do some facial recognition software and will understand your heating and air conditioning preferences and do some deep, big data analysis in terms of weather patterns and provide you optimal conditions for personal energy efficiency. We know there's a lot going on with the Internet of Things. We know that we're getting garage doors that will, you know, open based on proximity. My iPhone has a rule that if I'm within 100 feet and I'm approaching the home, open the door. We know that we have ceiling fans, you know, which are rare when their owners are home. We know that we have smart locks enabled by cell phones We know that we have plants with sensors that will tell you when they need to be watered or will self-water. You know you can even buy a barbecue today that will send you a text message when the meat needs to be cooked. It's absolutely fascinating to think about where this world of the Internet of Things is taking us. Do you really understand what is happening here? Do you know what is happening here? Is control of the speed of innovation in every single industry with this hyperconnectivity is shifting from that industry to the speed of Silicon Valley. I talk to a lot of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning contractors, Lennox and York, organizations like that. Think about what is happening in that industry. They no longer control their future. As we get these smart thermostats and we get this intelligent energy infrastructure, the speed of innovation in that industry has shifted to Silicon Valley. If we think about what is happening with Apple Pay, and what happens as our cell phones become credit cards, banks have lost control of their future because their future is now being determined by the speed of technology companies such as Apple, Facebook, Google, PayPal. And can they innovate at the same speed? And the same thing is happening in automotive. Control of the speed of innovation in the automotive sector has shifted from Detroit and has shifted from traditional manufacturing centers to the speed of Silicon Valley. And we know they innovate a lot faster. You know, 60% of Apple's revenue comes from products that didn't exist 4 years ago. And think about the typical dashboard experience. Conceived in 2010, put into prototype in 2012, deployed in 2014 in the vehicle. And by 2017, it looks like it's something from the olden days. When you think about, the clunky interface that we get, that you press this knob and you try to turn it and you try to figure out, that 2 out of 3 auto dealers in the UK are not comfortable today selling vehicles because they don't understand the MP3 technology, they don't understand the Bluetooth, they don't understand the sophistication of what is occurring in the cab. And these are tremendous challenges. The connectivity takes us through. We are rapidly approaching the point at which no truck or car will ever really be offline. Volvo and Mack Trucks has had me in twice for senior dealer meetings and senior executive meetings. And we're in a situation where what we are building into these vehicles is a lot of predictive diagnostic technology where we can predict when a particular part is going to break down. And if I am a fleet manager, I want to minimize downtime. I want to maximize uptime. I want to be notified when a particular vehicle is going to go bad so I can bring it in and get it repaired. So I'm maximizing my fleet operations. The typical truck today is putting off 3 gigabytes of data a month. Staggering what happens. We know what is happening in a lot of technology that is taking us to the world of self-driving road trains. Connectivity is the new horsepower, where I can get 5 or 10 vehicles that are closely linked via telemetry and radar. And it's like a peloton in a bike race, where we are reducing drag. We are increasing efficiency because we're traveling together in a path. Think about how quickly all the elements of autonomy are coming together throughout the sector. Tremendous rates of advance in terms of collision avoidance technology. Tremendous rates of advance in pedestrian and object detection. What we've been doing with spatial awareness and GPS, compared to where we were just a few years ago, is absolutely fascinating. Vehicle-to-vehicle communications for lane, distance, and time compression. All of these elements are accelerating as the pace of change shifts to the speed of technology coming. Remote vehicle control, just like what we have with drone helicopter technology, which is really defining the speed with which self-driving vehicle technology, predictive fuel efficiency routing, intelligent highway technology. I spoke for the Colorado Department of Transportation and was speaking to them about how quickly do we need to ensure that we have an infrastructure that will support the intelligent highways of the future. Lane, distance, and time compression. This is all coming together at an extremely rapid pace. The folks at Volvo said, we think we're up for a future in which, the typical vehicle is going to have 360-degree awareness of everything going on around it and will have predictive capabilities of what to do next. The future belongs to those who are fast. Gartner predicts that we're going to have vehicle-to-vehicle communications, in 30% of all transportation by 2025. Personally, I think that's a little bit low. You think about what is happening with our business models, where we're moving from this world where we, bring in a vehicle, we diagnose the problem, we fix it. And all of a sudden we're in a world in which we have predictive capabilities to understand what is going to go wrong.